Actually going live now, so you'll know we're live before I do. It's kind of weird like that. Oh, it says we're live.
Hey.
Can you see me, Jay? We're good?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with Jay Young. I had the wrong name for a while there. I don't know.
No
The wrong
worries.
last name. I don't know where I got it from, but um, so Jay, how are you?
I'm good. I had a great night of teaching and got another month ahead of me.
What's that? Another long month? Is that what you said?
Yeah, another long month ahead of me.
Did you notice my?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, guys, I just finished teaching, so bear with me.
I always joke with our students that we're going to raise a generation of adults that go like this and this.
All right. Oh, speaking of Micah, he was the first one in the chat. Kelly said she's second. Hey, Gwen, thanks for joining us.
Hey guys.
Super fun. So, welcome everybody. Now, I will say if you have questions for me or for Jay, if you can put them in all caps in the chat box so I don't miss anybody, that'd be great. Look at his background. I know, Micah, right? All right, Jay. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm a dad. I'm a father of three children. I've been teaching with VIPKid for over 3 years. Prior to that, I was a NDT engineer with Westinghouse Nuclear and Halliburton. So
Great.
I had
So, what's that?
a first really good first career. I had a nice start.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. So, what was your why for starting with VIP Kid?
The big reason I started was I so at the time when I first started with VIPKid, I was a full-time special education teacher in an elementary school. I had just been in that position for about 2 years and was working with Korean adults in the morning just to make a little extra money. And I live in Morgantown, West Virginia, which has about 50,000 college students. And I knew that if I didn't get a job on Friday nights and Saturday nights, that I was probably going to get in trouble. So I decided. My wife actually brought it to me, and
Uh,
she said, you look a little bored. I know you. Why don't you give this a try? I know they work on the weekends. I said, I'll give it a try. So I went with it.
it's kind of addicting.
Yeah. I started really slow because I was busy doing something else.
Hmm.
And so I kind of just like took my time and got my feet wet.
And you're definitely not taking it slow anymore.
No, it feels like I'm taking it slow, but I'm fully booked. I'm always busy. I'm one of the blessed ones, I guess.
Yeah. So, how long have you been working with VIP Kid?
So I started with VIPKid in January of 2017, fresh off some Nancy Taylor videos, and
Right?
just jumped right in. Yeah.
Good. I'm going through his questions. So, for those of you in the chat or for Jay, if I'm looking straight down here, I have your questions. And then if I'm looking over to the right, that's the chat. So there's a live chat going on where they can ask you questions and things. So
Okay.
I'm looking all over the place. Okay, let's see. Oh, Danny said, make money instead of blowing money, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He said, nice dino painting.
Thank you. I think I got it at 51 art. I just Googled a picture and I knew what I was kind of looking for and just threw it onto a canvas and it cost me like a couple bucks, maybe like 60 or 70 bucks. Tax
Cute.
write-off, tax write-off.
Right?
Everything I own is tax write-offs.
I
So,
need to be better about keeping everything. I thought I was putting it all in a drawer. Now I gotta go find it.
yeah, I have a bag and I'm like everything I have goes in that bag
Goes in the bag. It's a
right
good
away.
idea. Let's see. You already told us what you did before VIP Kid. Do you want to explain what that was? 'Cause it's an engineering job, yeah?
Yeah, so I did UT testing, so I would operate a submersion UT tester, and I would basically all day just read data charts, like number, 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 number. And
Uh, You and
Even
my
back
husband.
then, yeah, even back then, the guys at work used to call me DT, double time, because I would always work past 12 hours. After 12 was double time. And Sundays were all day double time, so 16 hours. So I was
Hmm.
working 7 days a week, 16 hours a day for pretty much most of my 20s,
Wow.
because I was just hungry. I came out of school and I kind of, you won't believe this, but I had a Volkswagen bus and I lived a whole different life in college. But and his first year or two was an adjustment for me. And when I finally got something that I knew could help, because I just had a baby, I
Hmm.
just kind of just hammered away at work. As a kid, I never worked. I
Oh.
had a job maybe in an amusement park or worked at McDonald's and hated work, and just but once I started working, I just kind of like threw myself into it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
I wish we got, my wife said the other day, she said, I wish you made overtime. And I said, I wish I did too. And I would
Right?
hope they would roll that incentive plan out faster for us older or senior teachers.
Because
That
that would
would,
help you
oh,
definitely.
it would help us all out. It really
Yeah.
would. Yeah.
So now that we're on that subject, what does your VIP kid schedule look like?
So I work 7 days a week,
Mhm.
and I carry 7 days a week out for a few months, and I might take a little bit of break. But I work between at least 50 hours a week. Right now, I'm working just around 80 hours. So I work between 50 and 80. During peak seasons,
Mhm.
I work more hours. And because of the corona, this is actually my summer. And I've been telling people this for about 6 or 7 months that, you know, January till June is really our summer and we should treat it like that. So if you're full time, you got to work your hours now. And we're
Hmm.
going to see some dips and laws, I think, in the summer. So I'm working a lot now and I'm hoping to
Saving.
take a little bit of time off this summer,
Good.
which
Good
is
idea.
unusual because usually I take the spring, a little bit of time off in the spring.
Hmm.
Um,
See, this is my first year, so everything is backwards. I'm not gonna have a clue next year what to expect. I guess none of us really
yeah,
will. But
yeah.
hey,
I tell people,
Cindy and sorry, Meredith
I,
and Mindy.
hey guys, I know all
Sorry.
those people.
Oh, good.
I either
Good.
follow them or read what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got great stuff going on here. So Meredith said she's in a workshop and we'll watch it on replay. Thanks, Meredith. Just made it. Hey, Karen, thanks for joining us. Okay, so I interrupted you, Jay. I'm sorry. I should have probably warned you about my interruptions when I haven't had
We're
enough
East
coffee.
Coasters. We interrupt each other. That's how we talk.
Yes,
Yeah, that's because you're so excited what we're saying that we
I
talk over each other.
yes, I am. I absolutely love this. I can't believe like I get to sit here and chat with people and
Yeah.
talk VIP kid with people that actually understand it. Because if you just, are talking to your friends about it, they don't really get it, you know?
My brother still doesn't get it. My brother's a teacher and he lives down in South Carolina and he's always saying to me, I wish I had a little more money. I'm like, get on this train. It's never ending.
Right.
The business is only growing bigger and bigger every year,
Hmm.
and it's only going to get better for people. Um,
Right. I
but
think so too.
I think if you keep that consistency, that's the big thing. A lot of people they don't keep that consistency. That's what keeps me booked.
Uh-huh.
I'm not as vocal about what other people do, but like there's always fads. When you've been around long enough, you see what the fads are. And
Uh-huh.
as long as you just don't bite into the fad, and stay consistent, things will grow for you. It's
Okay.
when you try to do a little bit of everything is when I think things get difficult. And people don't know why because they're like, well, I got this great advice here and great advice there. And you have to think of a parent. What's a parent want? That's the advice you need. You know,
Hmm. Good. So what is a challenge that you've had to overcome working in an online environment? Teaching.
I mean, the biggest challenge is probably just I have a really big personality, And
No
some,
way.
yeah, you're not even seeing it.
Yeah.
You're seeing the adult side of me.
Right, but I've seen some videos of you teaching and things.
Yeah, but I have to kind of rein it in sometimes. I always bring it at the beginning, and then as I get to know the kid, I've got to rein it in. And then I have students who are getting a little older and a little more mature. And for a while, I didn't change. I just did me. Whatever I thought was best, I did. And I realized that that's not the best. So now, in the last year or so, I've really found myself kind of like controlling my emotions and presenting things in a way that kids love it, I love
Mhm.
it, parents appreciate it. So that's the biggest challenge, is just evolving with students when you're kind of set in your own ways.
Yeah.
Like I used to use this dog, Duke, arr, for everything, for everything.
Right.
And then my students went from 8 years old to 10 years old, and it wasn't cool anymore. You know, and
Yeah.
I didn't get that at first. And I think I got a bad feedback one time about he makes too many dog sounds, and I took it to heart.
Oh, yeah.
And when I get feedback like that, I make adjustments all over the board, because if one parent's thinking of it, then another parent probably is too, but they're just too kind to say it. So I just make
Ah,
adjustments over the board. So just kind of staying up with my students is can be tough at times, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what levels do you teach?
So I'm certified level 1 through level 8, and I also work for the REP program. I don't think you knew that about me.
The Rural Education Project,
Program.
right?
Yep.
Can you tell us what that is for those that don't know?
So the REP program, just really quickly, it's a great program. It's run really almost like a nonprofit, except for teachers are paid,
Hmm.
and there's about I think there's about 300 of us now, but there's about 300 teachers that went through an interview process that teach in public schools in rural environments. And so often we'll find ourselves in smaller schools with very packed classrooms. So we might
Hmm.
be teaching 30 students. I've taught students up to 75. You know, to be honest, it's so rewarding to be in that classroom.
Yeah.
There are a lot of challenges, a lot of audio, a lot of IT issues.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lack of communication. You're often given a new curriculum. Um, and so those things are exciting, but at the same time, those can be challenging. But the project itself is run by great management. We've got great mentors that are so passionate.
Oh,
Um,
good.
and when somebody comes into the program, they're really excited to kind of lend a hand and help out. It reminds me of the VIP Kid when I started. You know,
Oh, okay.
yeah, there was
So
a real good community when I
it's a
started.
part of VIP Kid, though, right?
It is, but we signed separate contracts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they can take any spot that we have. We don't have select booking in
Hmm.
specific times. Now we do book. We can bid to book on specific classrooms, but I do that a little bit, but I usually sub a lot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, when I first started, I was like everybody. I had a regular classroom. I taught at quite a few classrooms, but now I've been in the program long enough. I'm kind of letting some of the new people have some of those slots that I used to get a lot of.
Oh, good. Um, do you have supplementary classes too?
Yeah, everything,
Everything.
every supplementary
What
course.
does what does Evelyn say? Certification hoarder.
Yeah, I'm a
Get
huge
them
hoarder.
all.
Yeah, once it comes out, I'm in. I was actually a few months ago when 8 came out. I had a class in I had a rainstorm in town,
Hmm.
and my ping was really high, so I was getting a really high ping, usually about 13 to 20, and
Mm.
it was pinging up in like 150, 200, and there was a lot of lagging. So I called the IT and said, listen, we finished the class, but I want you to teach your IT this class, because I don't want the parent to walk away and think that they were robbed of something if they don't know how the process works. And
Yeah.
because of that, I couldn't apply to level 8. I didn't realize
Oh
I shot
no.
myself in the foot. So I didn't have 8 right away, but I'm 8 now, and I've taught I don't know, maybe like 15 or 20 level 8 classes.
Really? I haven't taught a 7 yet.
7.
So
I've
I'm
taught.
still
I think
basic
I've taught
7.
the most. I think I've taught the most. I think I'm about almost 550, 570.
Wow. Wow. I teach a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Let's see. She said, wow, 50 hours. Do you use WeChat?
Yeah, I use WeChat. I don't I don't I don't use it all the time, but I do use it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I know you said you don't have a lot of time. Are you okay with me checking the chat box?
I'm fine right now. I'm
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Let's see. Cindy Bennett said, "Do you use the iPad as a backup? What's
Yeah,
your tech situation?"
yeah, I have an iPad as my backup. I actually have, if you look behind me here, this is actually a separate background. Um,
Oh yeah.
and you don't see it because I shoot from this direction with my iPad.
Hmm.
So throughout the night, I need to get up and I need to move around. So I'll just move to the iPad when I have a younger student, or maybe a student that likes a little more 2D prop, like a little more me. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just hop up and hop on the iPad. I have it all set up. I have a cart, double carts with props. I have separate flashcards over there. I don't have to move anything. All I do is get up and move.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have separate setups, but I do have a stand-up desk and my wobble board, and it's got like sensory things on it, so it works for me.
That's what makes it easy for me. People always ask me, how do you do it? And it's because I use what I call multi-classroom. So I have a camera shot here, I have a camera shot there, and I sit on the couch sometimes behind me. If I'm
Hmm.
feeling really lazy, I'll sit on the couch and I will move a couple props over there. But now that I've got this, I don't have to move them over. I can actually reach the flashcards in front of me.
So that's like 50 hours would be over 100 hours or 100 classes a week then.
Yeah, right now I'm about 157 a week.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
So
Let's see. I missed the beginning. What are they talking about? All things VIP kid they
yeah,
can do.
anything.
um, yes, let's see. What was the different contract thing? Oh, that was the rural education project.
Yeah. We signed a
Um,
6 month contract with them. So that's I guess we do 6 months with the regular.
oh, got awesome people answering questions in the chat for me. Thanks, guys. How many followers do you have?
3,400. It grows every day. Yeah.
Followers?
Followers. Yeah.
Wow. I think I've
Well,
got like 40.
well, I'll tell you what I did when I decided to go full time. I used to be like a lot of teachers, and I would spend a lot of my time on Facebook. I had like a little Facebook persona.
Hmm.
Um, I used to be the prop king a long time ago,
Oh, funny.
before Jennifer Anderson was the prop queen. We were friends when she still worked here. We still are friends, but um, I used to do a lot of online stuff, answer lots and lots of questions every day, and I realized, hey, I love helping, but I'm really not making any money doing this. And so I actually started to advertise classroom themes on Weibo and build out videos, like short little videos,
Uh-huh.
reward systems. And I would say, if you want to take this reward at this time, take my class. Like it was I would pick whatever the movie was hot. I'd build a whole whiteboard out, a whole different, that's how I got the multi classrooms, a whole separate classroom. And I would do specific times to get those kids that I needed at those levels.
Oh,
And that grew my following. Like the first video I did, I think the first one I did was like maybe a Cars theme. And I, like overnight, I could see views to followers. So my views on Weibo were
uh-huh.
matching 3 to 1 for my followers
I'm
on,
VIP
on
kid.
VIPKid. I grew like
Oh, wow.
800 followers in 6 weeks. And then
Wow.
I did another campaign and another campaign, and I just kept doing campaigns. I don't do it anymore because it made it really difficult for some of my students to get me. So now everything is organic.
Yeah.
Everything just, an LP mentions me, a kid mentions it to their friend, somebody sees me, you know.
Great. Micah said, "Isn't that super cool? You should put up your old videos for spring cleaning challenge."
I don't have enough time.
The spring cleaning challenge is done. It ended the 28th.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Can we get a room tour?
Yeah, I'll give a room tour. I'll put one on my Instagram. How about that?
Okay, I think she meant like if you can move your camera to show,
It's my camera is
but
a little short, but
it's
I'll,
okay.
I'll do an Instagram one.
He'll let us know when it's out and we can all go check it out.
Yeah, I have a prop closet that you don't even know about. I have a closet full of cabinets, just full and full and full. I spent
Wow.
about $20,000 on props in the first 2 years
Ooh.
to reduce my taxes. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Um, What company do you use? Great moving around. Wait, what company? Did I miss something?
Uh,
Oh, what computer? My bad. Sorry, Cindy. What computer do you use?
so I had actually, it's a Dell gaming computer. I think it's like a G4, but it's everything is 2020 upgrades.
Nice.
I actually paid a guy to do research for me. I consulted a guy out to do the research because I didn't have the
Yeah.
time. So I paid a guy to do the work, find the computer, and then he found a really great deal on a computer. And then every time I'd order it, Dell would come back and say, "Hey, we don't have this part. It's a little older. We're going to give you an upgrade, but we're not going to charge you." And I ended up getting a $4,500 computer for like 1,300.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is like top of the grade, like like YouTube gamer style stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice computer. Let's see. I don't know if we can talk money on here, but some Candy asked, how much does Rural Education Project pay compared to VIP Kid? Is there
It's like
comparison?
a couple dollars more. I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, it's like a couple dollars more. It's maybe like $3 or $4 more. Yeah.
Good.
The big thing, the rural, you're not gonna work a lot of hours with the rural. Most people work anywhere between 2 and 6 classes. I think the max is 6 now. When I started with the
Per.
program, there wasn't, yeah, per week. There wasn't a max when I started. I was really lucky and I was always available.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got booked a lot. And I also
Great.
worked for the school program too. There used to be a school program, another program
Oh, okay.
where we taught in city schools. So
In
I
what
was
schools?
in city schools, like the
Oh, city
schools in
schools.
Beijing. Yeah, I was like their favorite in that program.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
She wants to know if you have Venmo. Vimo?
Yeah, I
Weibo?
do. Yeah. Yeah, I use it. I buy t-shirts off of people.
You buy what?
I sometimes buy
Oh.
t-shirts. I bought
Oh,
a mask.
Venmo is the like a PayPal, right?
Yeah, it's like PayPal. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought some masks off my friend Lisa. I bought some masks. She made me some masks for the family.
Oh, good. I've got some ordered too. Let's see. Is he still working the engineer job and 50 hours at VIP
No,
Kid? When does he
no.
eat and sleep?
So I treat my day as if it starts at 7 p.m. So
Okay.
actually I wake up at 7:30 sometimes, maybe a little earlier, but that's my breakfast, and then I usually take a half an hour break around, I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the
Mhm.
morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, whenever it doesn't feel. I just take that half an hour break. I'll make a really great breakfast, you know, and then
Mhm.
in the morning I usually have fish.
How does your family do with the hours, you being overnight and
Good, because normally I would go to bed earlier and get up earlier. So when
Mhm.
they get off of school, I'm waking up. So I get all that daddy time that a normal dad would get. The only
Yeah.
difference is I've been sleeping all day.
Hmm.
And so I'm excited to see my kids after school. They're not excited to see me because they're
Because
teenagers.
they're teenagers. Yeah,
Yeah.
get it.
So yeah, but now it's a little odd, but I still see my kids in the morning. We do things, family stuff in the morning. We play video
Good.
games and cook and harass each other, like families should. And
Right?
then my kids actually they help me in the evening. I always make them come and help me turn my lights on and turn my computer on. That's part of their job.
Right? Nice. Let's see. Never heard of Weibo. Now we want to know more. Yeah, it's another social media, kind of like Facebook
Like
and
Facebook. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
don't use it that much anymore. Again, I fell into Weibo when nobody used it. There were only like 5 or 6 teachers on it, and I just maxed it out because there were parents looking for hashtag VIP kid. I checked the other day, and there's still some teachers. It's just not as active as it used to be, but there's a lot of users. So
oh,
there's a
okay.
lot of content that you have to dig through. When I started, there wasn't much content. So if I posted something, it went to the top of the list.
Right.
So
Um, did you get the email to develop a curriculum and will you?
I'm developing my own curriculum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm beta testing it next month.
Oh, great. Good luck. Good
Yeah.
luck. I see that happening a lot.
Yeah.
But VIP Kid did send an email to develop your own curriculum and share it with them. We just got that this morning, I think.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. I'm not going to comment on that.
um, and she wants to know, so it's a desktop computer or is it a
Yeah.
laptop?
This here is a desktop computer,
Yeah.
but I have a laptop that I rarely use. I used to use a lot, and I have an iPad.
Good. So, Mr. Prop King, what are
Yeah.
your favorite props now?
Still same as before. I've had this baby mask for a long time. I have lots of other ones, but this baby mask seems to does do the trick. I show this to everyone.
Oh my God.
Great job! And I also, what else I do? Like this morning,
Scared the
I
daylights
played,
out of
I played the party rock song. You remember the everybody? Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-huh.
I played that
Party
this morning,
rocking in the house tonight.
and
Sorry.
I used the VIP Kid AP stickers and put the black cat and the glasses.
Oh,
It gets
funny.
really big on it, so it's a giant. And I play the music, and I dance for the
Hmm.
students at the
Oh,
beginning of
fun.
class, and they're like, and they just love it. They just go crazy. They just think
Okay.
it's hilarious.
So I have to ask, how do you, for a trial lesson, how do you come on screen? Do you do something fun to get interest or?
The trial, I usually, it just,
Sorry, I just kind of threw that out there. Just I
yeah,
was wondering, just
I usually start with something like my dog. I go back to the old basics, like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr,"
Oh, I like
and
his
then,
glasses.
I pop on, usually that, for the trial because they haven't seen it.
Hmm.
Um, I just look at the kid. I kind of read the student. I have popped on with the baby mask. Baby masks can sometimes scare kids, so I usually don't try to scare the little guys. But I just hop on. I put my orange jacket on. Sometimes I'll flip a green screen up behind me with this really cool VIP Kid logo that I have like on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to look as VIP Kid professional as I can for trials. I try to
Yeah.
get like super, super pro.
I love trials.
I like them. I used to love them. I don't teach enough anymore to love them. I still like doing them. A long time ago, I said to VIP Kid, I said, what you got to do is have trial only teachers, people who have
Mm,
mastered it, people who continue to master it, and let them be our trial teachers because they're our salesmen. You don't just let when I used to work for an engineering firm, we had a great group of guys who worked in the back and built some stuff for us. We
mhm.
would never ask them to go to the customer and sell the product. Do you know
Right.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I always said we should be doing that. And because now, like, I'm rusty. I did 5 this month and I only got 1. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, you know,
I
um,
got 19 my first month teaching, and then yeah,
I don't know
I've
how that
gotten
happened.
one here and there, but I still have quite a few trials per week, but
Yeah.
I definitely haven't converted like I used to.
Yeah. I wish I had more. I liked, it's not about the money. It's about the idea that I can be that first face that a kid sees. And because they see like
Hmm.
this in a parent's eyes looks really, wow, that looks really great. And I wish I could be that face sometimes, but
Hmm.
you know.
This is a good question. Well, there's two great questions over here. How do you deal with burnout and teaching the same lessons over and over?
Ah, that's what gets me. I start to tell the kids to take supplementary courses. If
Oh
it's a
yeah.
kid that I know well enough and I've taught long enough, and I'm teaching 3 or 4 of the same unit and maybe even the same lessons, maybe
Hmm.
every other day, because that does happen to me. um, I'll just ask a couple of them, you should really think about taking these supplementary courses. You could use this, or you're burnout. Why don't you take a voice class, or why don't we do the health class together? Or,
Yeah.
just try to get them to switch it up. And it works. It works as the kids really, I love that idea. Their parents love it. So then it gives
Oh
me
yeah.
a break.
Yeah.
But burnout teaching wise, I never get burnout. I don't know why. I don't. It's my personality. I just don't. I don't know if it's I like to see myself in the camera. Let's be honest. Um,
Right?
I don't know what it is. I'm excited. I'm just excited to be in the classroom, and it's hard for me. Maybe the first, maybe the 2 minutes before my first class, I might be like, but once I turn the camera on,
Yeah.
because it's back to back to back to back to back to back, I never get worn out. And at the end of the day, I'm 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 not I'm not tired, and I'm not like overexcited. I'm not like, when you first
Mhm.
start, you're too jazzed to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, day's over. I had fun. I'm gonna get my rest that I need. Yeah.
Good. And the other good question was, how do you write your feedback? So much feedback for
Uh, I write the same feedback. I write the same exact thing for every kid every day.
like, do you get into like what you studied that day or
No, I used to. I
really?
used to spend 20 or 30 minutes on each feedback, and
Yeah.
I used to just wear me down. And then I decided one day I'm just going to send the same feedback to this group of kids. And um, that worked. But now what I do is I pick something every month
Hmm.
that is applicable to any kid except for the level ones. And then
They're a whole different story.
I just send the same feedback, the exact same feedback to every kid, and I
Huh.
just change their name, and I just make sure whatever we're working on, I point it out. And at the end of the lesson, I take the time and I go back and review. I call it the cursory review. I go back, and whatever words they had trouble with, we'll go back and practice them on the blank sheet. I put things in the text box and I remind them that this is what they need to practice. And I
Hmm.
don't spend the time typing it. I used to do it. I used to be so meticulous. I would write out the phonetic sounds. Everything was so drawn out. 2 syllable, it's a noun.
Hmm.
This sound, long E, like for one word.
Right.
I don't do it anymore. I send the same feedback, same thing. The parents appreciate. I think the parents know that I'm so into their kid at the time
Yeah.
that they don't have to worry about me telling them what we did. They know that I did it. And if they want to work on it, they just look at the text box or they look at the last page and they see the words that the kids need to work on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
So Amy Lou wants to know if you can share what you say.
Um, I'll read the one for today. I'll just give you like a quick bit of it. Um, so
Okay.
uh, Blank is courageous and committed and a committed student. She arrived eager and excited to learn. As an educator, I feel it's important to challenge each student to unlock confidence that will lead to the future progressive learning. She demonstrated growing application of phonics skills. I focused my attention on building the fundamental blocks necessary for uh, foundational learning. Today, we practice using did, does, and do. And then I talk about the verb conjugations for all those. And so
Good.
whenever I see it in the lesson, I bring it up. And if it's not in the lesson, I add it to the lesson.
Wow, good.
And
I
then it
understand.
covers me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Christina, thanks for joining us. I'm not sure if I said hi to everybody, but we appreciate all of you here.
Yeah, guys.
Um, let's see. Yeah, Danny said she can't believe some people don't read the feedback, some parents.
I don't
I
know if
will
any
say
of the
that, let's
parents
see.
read it.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know if any of the parents read it.
I'm not
after
having.
after 17,000 classes, I think I've only ever gotten maybe four, and I have like 8,400 feedback, Apple's feedbacks file.
Yeah,
And I think I've only ever gotten maybe once, maybe three times someone said something about the feedback.
right?
Like, and I was like, okay, but when I send
Hmm.
oh, I love the feedback. We're going to work on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The generic one, oh, we're doing that.
Huh.
Thank you for taking your time and teaching my child that skill. And I did teach him that skill, but
Right.
I don't have that type of time, or um, you know, for me, you don't have to do it in writing. You can do it in the classroom. That's what we're there to do, is to teach. And so
Yeah.
I keep the feedback as part of my classroom, you know.
So Karen said, how can you write the same feedback? So what he does is if he has a verb conjugation in his feedback, he will make sure to teach that conjugation to everybody.
Everybody. It's just a
Everybody.
talking point. Whether it's an article, whether it's a past tense, whether it's a phonetic sound, whatever it is that I decide that usually what it is I'll see a trend in all
Hmm.
of my students. And whatever the biggest trend is the trend that I use for the next month.
Good.
Yeah.
So whatever the majority needs to work on.
Yeah, whatever like most of the kids are struggling with, that's what we're going to talk about.
Amy said her student told her that she reads her feedback. I asked her to leave the apples. She doesn't know how to. Well, it's frustrating because she wants to. I think they receive an email. The parents receive an email, I think, is what I was told.
I'll tell you one thing I did with feedback. I'll give you a feedback tip. Um, I don't know if you know this, but I actually was in first place and had like 100 more feedbacks than the winner about a week, about 4 days left.
Oh,
And I slacked out that last week, so I ended up losing. But what I did do was I didn't know there was a contest until there was 3 weeks left, and I said, "Oh, I better get my feedback up." I went from about 31% to 87% feedback return.
hmm.
And all I did was at the beginning of the class, I would write in Chinese about feedback is helpful, something like that. And then I would list the dates that they hadn't done the feedback. Okay. Like you would
Oh,
like if you were at a regular job, like, hey Jay, I need this checked off, this checked off, this checked off. And that's what I did is I gave him the dates and said, I need this checked off, this checked off, this checked off. And then in the feedback, I would put at the bottom, these are the dates you need to check off. And bam, bump, 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 bump. They knew what they needed to do when I needed
man.
it to do them, and they did it. And
I'm at 5% feedback. I've
give
had
that
a
a
student
try.
for 90 classes and have received one feedback.
Yeah. Well, that's what hurt me. I could have won the contest because I actually got about almost about maybe 1,200 feedbacks in 3 weeks, but a
Oh,
lot of them were beyond the date. So I had kids go back that never did feedback, do every feedback.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay, I think I need to try it.
yeah, it's a good little thing. If you look at my Instagram, I outline a lot of people see my pictures and oh, that's a nice picture. But what they don't understand is I type bits of information in each picture. And
Okay.
if you read the picture description, I'm going to give you some teacher tip that
Okay.
probably nobody else is using.
Cool. I'm well now you're gonna have a bunch of us, but yeah. How many classes do you teach a month?
Over 600. Right now, I don't even know, a lot. I try not to focus on the numbers. I just focus on the day, not how
Hmm.
many I have to teach that day. It's Tuesday. Um, I taught, they're not all in yet, but so about like almost 200 and so about like 260 or 660.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Danny. Danny said let's give him a thumbs up. um, what is your Instagram so that they can go back and check?
Oh, English online.
Insta.
Dot the period.
Uh-huh.
English online.
Okay. I have him on Instagram. Well, now because you tagged me, so I didn't have to check. Let's see. Yeah, Amy, a while ago they had contests. I don't know if they have them every so often, I think, right?
Yeah, they
When
have
I
them like
first
every
got
six
started, there was
months.
a contest.
Yeah, they're every 6 months, I believe.
Okay. And I think I asked you this, but not on here. Have you been to China?
I haven't been to China. I was betting on winning.
Next time.
Yeah, I've actually lost it 3 times now because the first 2 times I had, I'm going to be honest, teacher no shows. I was
Oh,
early on and I was working too much and didn't have a rhythm. But the last time it was my own fault, and the guy who won was an awesome dude, so he deserves it. But I was betting on winning this year.
good.
But this year I am going. I'm gonna go once the travel ban gets lifted. So probably
Yeah,
October, maybe like October.
good. I want to go too. I want to go.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I've
thanks,
been to
Micah.
Malaysia. I worked in Malaysia, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Korea. So not for teaching, not teaching, but for work. I used to do all the international um, trainings. I was a training specialist for a company, so I used to go out and train how to use our
Okay.
systems. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer. You said, yeah, I've got 20, 30 minutes. I've had you on here for 40. So
Okay. Good.
you still doing okay on time?
I'm fine. Yeah. If you're ready to go, it's fine with me. It's no
Oh,
big
I'm
deal.
fine. We sit here and chat, so you have to tell me because, like I said, I like to talk.
I'll go 15 more minutes. Yeah.
Danny said, I got my soft cancellation for my power outage yesterday, y'all. Oh, good. She
Sweet.
had a storm go through there and lost all the power. So my daughter said, Mom, she watches she's probably watching now. Hey, Zadie's. She said, why did your friend Danny have to go in her car? I missed that. So I know she's watching. Danny had no power, so she had to use her car to charge her phone. Oh, good question, Candy. Candy wants to know, what is your favorite reward for most levels?
My favorite reward is
He smiles.
I have I don't know where it's at, but I have an ice cream cone. Everybody has ice cream cones, but I
Yeah.
have an ice cream cone where instead of ice cream, they get either ice cream or these little tiny underwear. And so,
What?
and so they because
This one.
it's magnetic, and so they pick a hand, one or two. It's so old school, but one of them is ice cream, and the other one is a little tiny pair of. They're actually like 1920s style women's underwear, so that it's even more comical. They're like polka dotted and stripes, and the
Oh,
kids love
funny.
them. The kids love it. I actually, when I moved to this new office, I was going to build a life size thing of the underwear and ice cream as a joke. It's like
Oh, that's awesome.
that one works. I use a lot of right now. I'm mostly using if you have Manicam and you can do screen capture. I use say ABC or no ABC yeah. Like
ABC, yeah. Yeah.
I use ABC yeah, and I just use the just whatever I use like build a cupcake or I'll flip it up here real quick. Build a cupcake. Right now, the big one that's super popular with my students is this skateboard. Make a skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
Super easy. Just you can just
So you just have them pick the shape, the color.
yeah, it gives you like choices. You just pick the shape of the board. It's like makes this weird sound. It's the one reason I don't like it. But you just pick the board. You can pick the tape and then pick the color.
Oh,
You can
fun.
flip the board. You can I write their name on it usually. So that's an easy one. They like that. I started using these about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and um, just kind of it worked out. I use so many different. I have so many different rewards. Probably have about because I was all 2D prop when I started, so
Oh,
I spent a lot of money on 2D props. I have probably about like 60 or 70 prop system like reward systems.
2D, so like flashcard type things.
Yeah, just like flat stuff. I'll take like so here's one. I have this really cool baby shark one that looks nice, but I'll show you one that's not as cool.
Don't
Um,
get that song stuck in our heads.
good. This is one. This is a really cheap one. So, if you go to the Dollar General, they have the gift
Hmm.
bags, usually high def color, really nice. Looks really great on camera.
Yeah, they're
Um,
bright.
all I do is I just cut the bags up, get the bags for like $1. I haven't done this for a little bit, but last fall, before I moved here, I was still using this. I would just cut up a bag, laminate it, put some magnetic tape on it, and then I would use it just on a whiteboard.
Hmm.
Usually, I would throw like something in it just to make it like a little more cuter, like a character.
Yeah.
Um, I have like everybody else, Paw Patrols. I like to use stickers a lot. Take stickers and turn stickers. I bought this really cool sticker book of Baby Shark. I'll show it to you really quick. And it's the same deal. It's nothing that fancy, just 2D fake little 2Ds. Just
Oh,
stickers.
yeah.
I just laminate stickers, and then I make stuff like that.
I think I have that one. I think it had one big shark and then the rest little ones.
Yeah, it had like the one I got. It had like hundreds. But if you go to the Target spot,
Hmm.
they have everything that's pop culture. So just buy whatever they have, and then just laminate it, and then
Yeah.
magnify it. Then you can keep it forever. If
Yeah.
I see something, if I get packaging like I bought these SpongeBob heads. I use these a lot. What do you see? I'll use this. All this was a box. I just cut the box and
Oh,
laminated it.
Evelyn does that too. All her
Yeah.
food props and everything are like from.
Yeah. Anything cheap. I keep everything really low budget. Um,
Mhm.
the big budget stuff is like my couch, I rent this apartment on a separate lease so I can sign just this room off. Like
Oh,
in
okay.
my apartment I have 4 leases. And so my this room is I can write it off so much easier on my taxes. I don't have to like try to figure out what bills, blah blah
Right.
blah. I just write it off.
Good. Have you ever taught Knowledge Up, the supplemental class?
Yeah, I have. I can't remember much about it, but I'm sure. Yeah, I remember. Is that the level 6 and 7, the opera course?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Karen, can you let us know? I have never taught that one. That's actually my next the
Yeah.
next one I need to get. I have four that I can get right now. ABC is it's an online platform, isn't it?
I
Somebody
used
just
to work
asked.
for them. Yeah, I used to work for them.
Yeah, it's another online English.
Say ABC, yeah, is a sister company to VIP Kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were they're the 4-to-1 version of VIP Kid. And if it's kind of like a hidden thing, but if you look, find so many things that are relevant. Like a
Yeah.
lot of you see carryover in voiceovers. So the same voices that are used in VIP Kid are the same voices in say ABC. Same images. Even
Hmm.
some of the same lessons are pretty similar. Same the platform looks a little different. But I actually worked for them because I wanted to do the REP program and I knew that I had to have experience. I knew like the best way to get into the program was
Hmm.
to show I had experience. So I started working for them pretty much right after they started, and you know,
I,
did really well over there for a while. And then just there was a lot of IT issues. They've corrected it
uh,
all then, but it was early in, so I
yeah.
just kind of was like, I'll just stick with VIP Kid.
I guess I thought that was an American company.
You
Huh.
might be thinking, no, no, that's a Chinese company.
Oh, okay.
It's ABC.
Gwen said Knowledge Up is opera and PE.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I taught them all. I love them. I love those courses. I tell
Fun.
all of my level 7s and all my level 6s to take them. And now, because of level 8, I say it's just like level 8. Take a break from the level 7 because level 7 can be a lot of work and the kids
Yeah.
get really brain drained. I say take that opera course. You'll love it, and you get a sneak peek at level 8. And a lot of them have been. I teach a lot of opera courses.
Opera course.
Yeah, the PE class. I think it's a health and PE class. They love
Now
that.
that I would like.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, it's super fun. You need.
Huh.
What do you sit on 4 supplements for?
What's that? Why am I
Why?
sitting on four
Why do you sit on
supplements?
four? You said, "Bam, knock those out."
Because I read everything
Oh,
and
you're
I'm a rule follower.
nah. Just take the quiz.
I can't.
Common sense. You've
I
been
know
doing it
most of
long
them
enough.
are.
Yeah.
Most of them are common sense.
Yeah.
But actually, one of them is Voice of VIP, the new one.
Ah,
And no, I'm terrible.
those are the best. If you love level 1, you'd love voice.
I'm a kindergarten teacher, but I don't like singing in front of people. I
It's
had
mostly
one.
it's mostly vocabulary. It's like 2 songs. Just sing. You sing at the beginning. You hum along. Then you do
Oh.
the vocabulary. Then you sing a little bit, and then you sing at the end. But at the end, I usually don't sing. It's showtime, and let them sing.
Look, you got me all embarrassed. I'm all nervous just thinking about it. I don't know
I
why.
will tell you something. A lot of the REP classes are voice based.
Really?
So if you want to do REP, get that supplement because that curriculum. I can't speak for the company, but from my own opinion, that curriculum grew out of the REP program. All those
Oh.
ping pong, all that was all introduced in REP.
Oh,
The
wow.
second semester, it was all introduced in REP. And then I saw about 6 months later, I saw all of those same classes go into the voice, and I was like, this is easy. I've sang all these songs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You're not really singing. I'm a food ninja. So
Yeah.
I had one, and the little girl just sat there like, So I got really nervous. But yeah. Jay, are you going to sing a song?
Sure, I'll sing a song.
That's what Christina just asked. Do you know Christina?
Yeah, I know Christina.
Oh, well, thanks for coming, Christina.
Yeah.
I don't know that I know her yet. Maybe she's been in here before. But she must
Uh,
know you are willing to sing a song.
yeah. I'm not a very good singer, but I'll sing a song. I'll sing uh Seeing New Zealand is my wish. I can't remember it. Hold on, let me think of what I know.
Wait, I know that.
Good one. Let's fly to the USA. Let's drive cars in the USA. Beep beep. Eat, play t-ball in the USA. Hooray! Eat hot dogs in the USA. Yummy!
Okay, that's what I gotta do. I gotta add my own little things
Oh, you
in
gotta add
there.
a little extra, yeah.
Oh,
There's
Amanda
a
Panda is in the house.
what's up? Yeah, there's a little pause in between all that, just a little yummy, you know.
Okay. All
Hooray!
right, I'm gonna do it, Jay. I'm gonna get my certification too. And I'm gonna message you like, what did I do? Do you know Amanda Panda? She
I know the name. I know the name.
even we don't she introduces herself when she comes to the chat. I'm here. She cracks me up. All right. Jay, this has been awesome. What a great chat. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate being here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks, Micah, for letting me know that I need to see if Jay was available. I'm not sure if Micah's still here, but I see him in the chat up there. So
Shout out.
yeah. Do you want to shout out anything? We talked about your Instagram.
No, I mean, there's just if you're not on Instagram, there's so many great teachers that are giving back to the community that often get lost. So if you're not on Instagram, just get on Instagram, take the dive in. In my mind, it's the best online platform for VIPKid teachers right now.
Oh.
There's no cattiness. It's all positive energy. A lot of these people that you see doing takeovers have done it because they've had really strong Instagram following. So
Mm-hmm.
don't if you're not in it, get in it and find a teacher you love, follow them, let them know you love them, and just keep at it. I mean, community is such a big part of VIPKid. We often forget that because we look at the Facebook page and we see this cattiness. We go to the hutong and we get beat down and forget it. Go straight to Instagram. You don't like someone, you're not going to run anyone you don't like, but if you don't like them, you can block them. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the hutong, and it's sometimes hard to do on Facebook, but Instagram is a great community. I love it. So many people have lives. They're always talking about what they're doing. A lot of people have these types of interviews, which are awesome. So you get to really know the people and the community. So get on Instagram.
Great. I am on there. I've just kind of started it. I don't really know how to work it all yet, but
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. Good.
Kelly said she learned a lot from you today. And Micah said he's still here. Instagram all the way. Interesting. I am not into Instagram. So we've got a little bit of yes and no for Instagram. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming. And I have a new teacher coming on in an hour, Lori.
Oh, wow.
She is part of my rookie episode. So come join us.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks, Jay. And
I'll see
it's
you.
probably almost nighttime for you.
Yeah, it's starting to hit the sack. Thank
So,
you.
all right, have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Happy teaching.